you very much for speaking to Filmtotaal in the Netherlands.
That's great.
Could you tell me a little bit about the part you play in this movie?
Well, I play Cinderella, gosh, I don't know where to start with telling you about her. She's it's a princess that we all know. I mean, she's across the whole world. It's one of the most sort of well-read fairy tales ever. But with this Cinderella, we're hoping that her courage and her goodness and her inner strength is what stands out. And yeah.
What was it like wearing that beautiful blue gown?
The blue gown was just a real moment. I think I'll remember forever. I put it on and I was engulfed in this blue material, and I just stood in front of the mirror like frozen in wonder. And I loved wearing it. It made me feel, it did all the acting for me, and I felt it was like this armor of sort of magic, and I felt like a real princess. And despite the fact that it was so painful and I really struggled to sort of breathe and eat, it was worth every second of pain.
And what was it like dancing in that gown?
So dancing in that gown was, at one point I did feel like this is just not going to happen. I mean, there was so much material, and so in the end I had to have lots of variations of lengths of skirt. Sometimes I actually only had the corset on, and so if it's like a close shot, I just let my legs go and be free for a moment. Because also it was so heavy, so it was pulling down, and I had like marks, and the bones would break in the corset, and yeah, it was really tough, and poor Richard had to dodge this skirt, so he could never step. He had to slide his feet so he didn't step on the skirt. It was like a sort of military operation.
How did this role come your way?
I just auditioned. I actually originally went up to play one of the stepsisters, to play Anastasia, and I dyed my hair blonde for Downton, and so the casting director was like, oh, you should read for Cinderella, and so I did. I went into the corridor and I quickly read the scenes, and then I came in, and then it sort of just like spiraled on, and suddenly I was screen testing, and suddenly Ken Branagh was ringing me on the phone saying, I want you to be my Cinderella, and I was on set for Downton and I screamed, and then Hugh Bonneville sort of announced it round the dining table, and it was really, really lovely.
You wore a wedding dress in Downton Abbey, and then in this movie at the end you also wear a wedding dress. Which of the two was your favourite?
I can't choose between those dresses. I loved them both. The dress in Downton Abbey was an authentic piece from 1944 or something, and it had never been taken out of its box, and it almost melted on me. It was so old, and my wedding dress on this was, I only wore it for like 2 minutes of the film. It broke my heart. It was, the flowers were all hand painted onto silk, and it was just, Sandy Powell's a genius. I just feel like I'm screwed for my wedding. I've had two amazing dresses and I'm set.
Do you believe in fairy tales yourself?
I do, wholeheartedly.